Merry Christmas to all, and let's give yourself a Christmas gift by avoiding the huge financial mistake that I see a lot of people make. In fact, it doesn't even matter if I see people at a management consultant company, I hear them talk money, I see this mistake. I overhear people in the grocery store, employees there at the gas station, talking about money, they are making this mistake. Or at the lunch table at a huge tech company, I can overhear people making this super basic mistake. What's the big mistake? Well, it's with regards to contributions to the pension system that you have. For example, in Sweden, when I was at a management consultancy company, you had the opportunity to actually contribute back in the day. It's no longer there now, but you could contribute on your gross salary and it would be tax deductible on the top level of your tax. So if you're a high earner in Sweden, you're paying above 50% of your total salary in tax to the government, and it would be deducted at the top level. And these management consultants, they would still not utilize it. They would rather get the money cash in hand today than get the money 30 years from now when it has compounded more, but get the full amount and not being taxed 50% straight off the bat. So I see it all the time. It doesn't matter in what situation in life. In Ireland, for example, I hear people talk around using the Irish pension system and contribute, and you have company match, and you have tax deductible, and you have all this kind of good stuff, but people say, I'm too young to save for retirement. That's one excuse that I hear all the time. Or people say something like, it's just going to be a couple of hundreds of euros. It doesn't even matter. Why does it matter if I use these pension plans? Well, remember a video a long time ago? We talked about, how much was possible to save for a full year on a Google salary, and the pension part of that was 10,000 euros in my case. And this is me being lazy. I didn't contribute for the first couple of months because I was lazy, and once I got the ball rolling, well, then it started and it became 10k in just 1 year. And this is not going to be 10k forever. It's going to compound at a good rate. We're getting into the second part of the mistake, and that's not actually fixing the selections that you have on the pension plan. So the basic one will be a combination of equity and interest rates. That's been it in all the pension plans that I looked at throughout my career. And if you're young in your 20s, then statistically you have so much time on your hand that the higher risk, higher potential for reward of equity is the statistically superior choice. And if you're just leaving it on autopilot, you're going to get 50-50 in most cases between equity and interest-bearing instruments. So you're not really going to get a huge compounding effect that you would want, and you're not going to get as big of a cushion for yourself to retire on. Maybe you want to go someplace warm, buy a house in Spain, or whatever you want to do, help your grandchildren, whatever it might be. You're not going to be able to do that as effectively just because of this tiny mistake in personal finance. You didn't do the contribution that was the most tax efficient, and you didn't make the selections that was age appropriate for you. And just to really drill this point, it really boggles my mind, and it pisses me off to hear people talking about not using this contribution, even though it's 100% company match in a lot of cases. So just to really drill this point, they would rather get the money today taxed than put it aside, get a huge tax deduction on it, and then on top of that, your investment increases with 100% straight away because your company is paying in exactly the same that you are into this pension plan. But rather than actually doing this, why you need to buy more hamburgers? Or like, what's the big expense? What expense is so important to you that rather than doubling your money straight away and getting a tax break, you're choosing to spend your money on that instead? Let me know in the comments below, what's the super great expense that you really rather pay on? That's been it for this video, and as always, hope you guys make a ton of money, whatever investments you decide to make. Take care now. Bye bye.